Hello, hello, hello. Hey, hey, hey. Come on in and get comfortable. Welcome back to my channel, Jaleesa, Reading Beyond the Book Cover, where we stay reading beyond the book's cover. My name is Jaleesa. Welcome if it's your first time, and welcome back if you are returning. As you can tell from the title, I've been tagged to participate. I cannot believe it. Yet again, I get so excited when I'm tagged. But I've been tagged to participate in the Booktube Rapid Fire Book Tag. I'm looking to my right because I have all the questions listed on my laptop and I have the answers there because if I try to do it off the top of my head, we will be here forever. But I got tagged by Vin. Vin is one of my good bookish friends at Vin's Corner. I'll make sure that I add his channel down below in the description bar. And hopefully I can go and I can do this within, there's 50 questions. I'm gonna make sure I add the questions down below just in case you want to participate. I may or may not tag some people because I don't know a lot of people, and then the people that I do know have already been tagged. But we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind when it's time for me to upload this video. But there are 50 questions, and I want to try to get them done in maybe 5 minutes or less. But let's see, because you know how long-winded I am. I'd be talking. I'd be talking, but I will be looking to the side over here, and then I'll try to make sure that I redirect my attention back to the camera. So I have eye contact because that's how I am in person. I'm very intense. Eye contact is important to me. So hopefully I can do the same thing with this. So without further ado, let's go on ahead and get into the questions. So the first question is hardback or paperback? Paperback. I used to say hardback back in the day, but I prefer paperback now, especially if it's like a floppy paperback. I love it. Those are the best. With Bible pages, open it up, it lays down on its own. I don't have to worry about it. Question number 2, dust jacket off or on? Off. I do not want the dust jacket on my book. I take it off so I keep it nice and neat and crisp so that when I do put the book back, all I have to do is just put the cover back on. It'll look like it's brand new. Secondhand or new copies? New copies, please. Secondhand, I would be okay with it, but with COVID and stuff going around, I'm okay. I'm good on that. But luckily, I don't really buy many books anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. But if I were a consumer of books, of physical books, I would just purchase new ones. I'm sorry. Audiobooks or nah? Audiobooks. I love audiobooks. I'm able to do things at the same time, multitask. The only time I do not really care for audiobooks is if the narrator is I gotta stop, because if you put me to sleep, I can do that by myself. Okay, so no. But yes, audiobooks for me. Do you cover by? No, I used to, but now no. Most of the time now I go based on the suggestions of other people, and sometimes I'll read the first sentence or two, or I scan the synopsis real quick. That's when I'll pick a book. But cover buys, no, I don't have the money nor the time to be wasting on cover buys. What's a good book with a bad cover? The Breakdown by B.A. Paris. I will put a copy or a picture of it right here so you can see what I mean. I don't like that cover. I know other people may be like, oh, it's interesting looking. It's, a window with glass broken. I think it's tacky. It doesn't even, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I read the book. I don't think there's any broken window at all in the book. But don't quote me on that. I don't like the cover. What's a bad book with a good cover? A Chorus Rises. That's the second book in a Song Below Water series by Bethany C. Morrow. I don't know what it is about that author's writing style in particular. I do not mesh well with her books. It's a shame because the covers are really pretty, really nice, very intriguing, right? And then you start reading the words, and well, for me, I started reading the book and I was like, am I missing something? So I don't know, maybe my voice in my head when I'm reading is not reading at the same rate as she's writing. So I know there's people that love that book. I'm not one of them. I think it's not a bad book because there's very few books that I've thought are genuinely bad, but it's just not a book that worked well with me. And it happened to be one of the most I think the most rated books on my lowest rated shelf. Hope that makes sense. So that's how I was able to pick that out. Um, First book you ever read, Fun with Dick and Jane by William S. Gray from the Read with Dick and Jane collection. I don't know if Dick and Jane are collection, if it's like those the books that everybody grew up reading, but that's what I grew up learning how to read with. See Jane run, see Dick run, see Dick and Jane run, and then they'll add the dog. I think his name was Spot. I learned how to read that book first. And I think there was some other books as well, but I can't remember right now. But I do remember the feel of the books from back then. I may have to ask my mother to see what other books she remember purchasing for us, when, or me in particular, when I was younger, when she was teaching me how to read. But I do remember Dick and Jane. Number 9, last book you finished, Harrow County, Volume Number 2, Twice Told, by Cullen Bunn, Tyler Crook, which is the illustrator, and Mike Allred. I am thoroughly enjoying the series so far. I'm on book 3. So yes, Harrow County. Let's see. Last series you finished. Okay, so I would have said the Lexington, Alabama series, which is the series that I just thought that I was going to be finishing up, and then I found out the 4th book is going to be coming next year, I think in March 2024. So the last series that I read, I had to go through and peel through my Goodreads shelf, was the Brown Sisters by Talia Hibbert. I'm not a series person. I wish I could be, but I fall off so quickly. So maybe next year that'll be a challenge for myself. But yeah, no. The last series that I read was Talia Hibbert, the Brown Sisters, and I think the last book I finished was in like 2022 or maybe 2021. So it's been a while since I actually finished the series. Last book I bought. So the last book I bought, or books, was the Farseer trilogy. Them R's, they'll get you, boy. Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. I got the paperback, and then I also purchased the illustrated edition for the Farseer trilogy. So that's the last book or set of books that I bought, and that was back in 2021. So it's been a while. I'm pretty good about not buying books. I borrow from my library as much as possible, support my library, and make sure that I use it as often as I can. Let's see. What's your favorite genre? Horror, thriller, suspense, mashup. Put them all together, make a beautiful monster of a book. Love it. That leads into, or segues into, my next book. So what's your favorite book in that genre? The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. I think that's Jillian. I don't think it's Gillian. Gillian Flynn. Love it. I've read that book, I think 2 or 3 times now. I most likely will read it again during spooky season. So yeah, it's my favorite. It's a small book, but very enjoyable. And I know how it's going to end every time. But for whatever reason, I think it's her writing style. Chef's kiss. What genre do you never reach for? Romance. I don't know if that has to do with me being ace or what, but me and romance, I mean, I'll read it, but most of the time I'm just kind of like, why? Not why. What is a better way of explaining it? Because I know why people have romance or do romance or have sex scenes and stuff in their books. But I don't really get anything out of it in a sense that I'm like, oh my God, girl, you have to read this. No. I'm not. I can do without romance. I'll be just fine. Let's see. Do you read poetry? No, unfortunately not. I don't pick up poetry books, but when I do pick them up, they are unintentional. And it happens to be because I start reading the book and I notice that it's in verse. So I will read poetry if it's in that form. So if it's a story that's written in verse, that's the closest thing that I am getting to when it comes to poetry. But like actually actively going and choosing a book that's poetry, no, sorry. But I think that's something to work on, honestly. Now that I think about it, like that and westerns and some other, genres that I don't really pick up, I do need to work on trying to find something that clicks with me. But for now, no. If it's not in verse, I most likely am not gonna pick it up. Next, popular science. No. Middle grade. Yes, I love me some middle grade. I pick it up every now and then. I want to say I maybe read between, let's say 4 to 5. That's not a between. better 4 to 7 middle grade books, and it's like a mixture of graphic novels as well as full novels, full written novels, and yeah, I enjoy it. I think I need to read more actually because they're short books. I think it's because I'm a not middle grade. I am a mood reader. That's why it tends to be like really sporadic. But yes, I enjoy middle grade. Do you have a book box subscription? No. Mm-mm. I feel like when people purchase from book box subscriptions, they're being swindled. That's just like when they have you pay for these subscriptions and they're automatically turned on your phone. I have an iPhone, and if I'm not careful and I don't cancel something, they're gonna automatically charge me, and they just eat my money up, right? So, yeah, no, the book subscriptions, no, I don't think I'll ever be sucked into that hole of just having stuff you don't have any use for. If you just want the book, just buy the book. But I understand, usually when you get a subscription box, it has a special edition, and inside there comes, all these different doodads and wingdings and stuff. I don't like a lot of stuff. To each their own. I'm not judging you, but I'm judging you. Not really. I'm side-eyeing you, though. Like, why did you buy this subscription box? And you knew you weren't going to use anything. Basically, what I'm saying is, usually these subscription boxes do not have anything that's practical in them. Except the book. That's it. Next, what's your favorite bookish item? My e-readers. I actually have 3, if I remember correctly. I have a Kindle Fire. I have a Kindle Black and White. I think it's called Black and White. And then I have a Kindle newspaper, something like that. And then I also have a Nook. So I love my e-readers. What's your current bookmark? A Kindle bookmark. I primarily read digital books or ebooks. I don't really read a lot of physical books, even though I do have a physical library. I do need to read more off my physical library, but it's so easy to just pick up an ebook from the library and then it syncs across all my devices. So I just read ebooks out of convenience. So no bookmark for me except a Kindle bookmark. Or if not a Kindle bookmark, actually, I sometimes bookmark by using different reading or book trackers. So the Storygraph, Goodreads, what else do I use? Oh, the library thing, like stuff like that. What's the strangest object you use as a bookmark? I don't know if this is common, but the strangest thing I've used before is a sock. And it's usually a sock that I cannot find the match to. I just put it in the middle of the book and it saves my page. Book jackets or not? No book jackets. Who's your fictional boyfriend or girlfriend? I don't have any. Favorite book couple? I don't have any there either. Favorite book villain? I don't have any. Favorite book adventure? The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. That's the first book in the Broken Earth trilogy. Okay? Love it. Series, trilogies, or standalone? Sorry, standalone. Stand alone. Stand alone. Because these series be wringing me out like a towel, honey. Like, wringing me out. I will pick up a series once it's completed. I don't think I have the bandwidth to read and then wait and then having to reread. I'm not a rereader. That's something I think that will come with age. I'm not there. Not there. Not there. And that's why, in particular, I have 2 books that I know are mixed media, and I know that's the reason why I have not picked them up. They're beautiful books. If I can remember what the names are, I think it's the Illuminate trilogy. I have 2 of the books, and I have not picked them up at all because I tried to, and the mixed media was like, why does this feel like a procedural? Emails back and forth, text messages. I feel like I'm at work, and I don't feel like working while I'm reading, okay? Unless it's like a puzzle or something. That I'll do. But when it comes to Illuminate, I don't have the patience. I'm sorry, y'all. The older I get, the more I'm just like, just give me the words, okay? So yeah, paragraphs, please. No mixed media. What's your favorite book adaptation? Matilda by Roald Dahl. I've watched the movie so many times. Love, love, love it. I even watched the musical. I didn't really care for musical much, but I did enjoy the movie, and I watch it maybe almost every single year. Or if not every single year, every time it's on television, I'm watching. Mm, film adaptations or TV adaptations? Film adaptation, please. What book needs an adaptation? The fifth season. Pronto. Like, what are y'all doing? Hurry up. You giving everybody else screen time. Give N.K. Jemisin her screen time, okay? Favorite book world? Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. You know what's interesting? When I read that book, I didn't expect much out of it. I didn't know where it was going at first, and it took me a while to get into, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the world. I enjoyed the characters. Like, her writing is lyrical, which is my favorite writing style, which is the next question. Question number 3. It's lyrical. It's like flowery. It's descriptive. Like, it's is it lush? I enjoyed it. It felt good. Like, it felt like a velvet sweater while reading. It felt really nice, and I don't know, like, something about her writing style in particular and that book. I felt like I was there. I felt like I was one of the people in the sky. I felt like I was one of the blue people up there. So it was cool. Yes, favorite book world, and also favorite writing style, all in one. Okay. If you see me like looking all over the place, it's a little bit creepy when I'm looking here at you all, but then like I'm seeing like this focal point moving, so it's almost like a. I'm not even gonna try to explain it anymore because I'm getting off topic. I only have a couple more questions to go, and it's already 16 minutes. I told you all I talk too much. What's a book that you love that people don't know about? Swim Team by Johnny Christmas. Really great graphic novel. I enjoyed it because I used to be on a swim team. I used to be a lifeguard. I used to be a swim instructor. So it really hit home as far as swimmers, especially swimmers that are people of color. I'm a person of color, if you can't tell. I'm melanated, okay? And I swim. And there's a stereotype that goes around that black people can't swim or just people of color can't swim, but we can swim. It's just not all of us can swim. But it's nice to, see like a historical reference as far as, swim teams in the past and how pools were closed off to people of color. White only pools were closed off to people of color. And it's I can only imagine how it was back in the day, to be discouraged from trying something new because you were told that you can't come to a certain place. So that makes sense as to why a lot of people, or most people from generations before me that are people of color, do not know how to swim because all the pools were not available to them to swim. So I'm pretty sure I'm only like skimming the surface of the book, what I remember of it, but I do remember enjoying myself and learning at the same time. I most likely will reread it. Look at me. I'm going to reread. I'm planning to reread because it's a really good story and it's educational and it's inspiring. I loved it. Let's see. What's next? What's a popular book that you hated? Excuse me. I just finished eating, so excuse me. It's not a book that I hate because hate is a very strong word, but I disliked it. I don't even remember much of it. I remember when I was reading it, I was wondering when it was going to be over. Where are we going? What's the point of this? And now in retrospect, I think the reason why I felt that way is because it's more of a slice of life than anything else. So I don't think I was supposed to take anything from the book. The book is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I chose it because, I'm sorry, they're picking our trash up. I chose it because when I looked through my Goodreads, I saw that it's the highest rated book with the, well, not highest rated, I'm sorry, it's the book with the highest, the book with the most ratings, but it had a low rating from me. So the lowest rating that I have on my Goodreads is a 2-star. And it doesn't mean it's bad, it's just that I didn't enjoy it that much. And I'm not going to reread it, nor will I recommend it to somebody unless they had the book in their hand already. But if they just wanted to just get a book to read and say, what should I read? That wouldn't be the first thing that comes to my mind. Anyhow, getting off topic, and it's almost 20 minutes. You see? I talk too much. Favorite childhood reads: Someone Like You by Sarah Dessen. Someone Like You. What's a book that changed my life? All the Lonely People by Mike Gale. If I did not read that book, you wouldn't see me on this camera right now. I love that book. Such a good book, such a tearjerker, so inspiring, so reflective, so just inspiring. All the adjectives. Loved it. What book did you hate at school? Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. Go away. Do you? I hated that book. It was so small. Oh, I said hate. Yeah, I did hate that book. I didn't like it. It was terrible. It was this small. And it just made me angry while reading it. I'm pretty sure there was something in it that offended me. I just don't remember what, but I remember that book there. I just didn't want to see it again. Do you buy to collect? No. Do you donate books? No, because I don't really buy a lot of books, so there's nothing to really donate. But I'm pretty sure if I did need to, I would. But right now, no. What's your favorite reading snack? I couldn't pick one, but I like popcorn, air pop popcorn. I do not like microwave popcorn. It tastes weird to me. I'll eat it, but it's not something I'll buy. Like if you have it, I'll eat it. Pickles, I love pickles. I think we established that not too long ago. I just ate some pickled carrots. I love pickles. Pickled vegetables, delicious. Or tropical fruit. I love tropical fruit. So coconut, papaya, dragon fruit. Did I say pineapple? Mango, kiwi. Notice I don't really do a lot of strawberries, bananas, and stuff like that. Like I'll eat it every now and then, but for the most part, it's tropical fruit. Or a Lara bar. I love dates. Dates are delicious and they're good for your tummy. What's your favorite reading position? Laying down. Natural light or lamp light? Lamp light. Outside or inside? Inside. Breaking the cover or keeping it smooth? Keeping it smooth as much as possible, but I don't mind a well-loved book. Like I don't mind breaking the spine, but if I can avoid it, I do. Do you read in other languages? Yes. See, I read in Spanish sometimes, but it's usually children's books. My Spanish is not to the point where I can pick up the heavy books, no, but I can read children's books in Espanol. What book series do you want to finish this year? Harrow County. That's what I want to finish. It's a graphic novel series. I'm on book 3 right now. There are 11 books in the series, if I remember correctly, so that's what I want to read this year. What book release are you most excited about right now? Out There Screaming, an anthology of new black horror, and it's edited by Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele is the person who is behind Get Out, Us, as well as Nope. So if you've seen those 3 movies, I don't know what to expect in this book, but I know it has stories contributed from all different kind of authors and a lot of authors that I read from before. So I'm really excited. In particular, I'm excited to see the story that's being contributed by Tanana Reeve. She's one of my favorite black horror authors. Love her. Yeah, I'm excited. And you know what? I got an arc for it, so I'm even doubly excited. Okay. Do you have a favorite book influencer? No. Don't get me in trouble. Leave me alone. No. And last but not least, as if this video wasn't long enough already, do you have a channel, blog, or social media feed? And yes, I will leave the link down below. I have a link, like a link in bio link that you could just click on and you'll see all the different places you can find me. Go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Support your girl. I need the support, okay? But other than that, I think that's it. I was gonna tell you all the different links, but no, I'm gonna tell you just one link. Just go down below, you'll see the link. I'm not gonna tag anybody, like I said before. I am gonna just, if you watch this and you feel called to do so, go on ahead, do the video, tag me down, in your description bar so I'll know to check out your video. I will watch, I will comment, I will like, may or may not subscribe. It depends on, the chemistry, but yes, you are tagged. Consider yourself tagged if you are watching this video right now. And if you made it this far in the video, pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back. Thank you for hanging out with me, going through this rapid fire book tag. I was excited and still excited to be tagged, and I look forward to doing more tags. It's getting late. I can tell because I'm just saying the same word over and over again, and it's what 10:18 p.m. So it's time for me to go. I'll talk to you all later, and as I always say, make sure you continue to drink your water, okay? Mind the business that's yours, and continue reading beyond the book's cover. Alrighty, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Hey, 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 hey. I'm sorry, I'm just acting goofy. It's getting late. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.